Live from Chicago, it's Chris Sells His Soul. I'm your host, Chris Bogue, and this is my show on LinkedIn Live, where I teach you how to work more creatively. Today, we're going to be doing another round of TikTok batching. So, as you can see here, I have a camera set up. It is recording. Let's go ahead and sync up the sound. This is all going to become very important later on. So, what's going on? If anybody out there watching doesn't know, Lauren, I see you over there in the audience. Oh no, I lost my app. Hang on, I got to get this thing working real quick. 1 second. Time out. Sorry, of course there's a technical difficulty, so I got to get this. So basically what I'm doing right now is I'm mirroring this phone onto one of my monitors so I can see what it looks like, what I look like on camera as I'm setting up each shot. So I lost connection, but I've got it back. So I'm going to put this in here, flip the camera back on, I'm going to hit record, and put this right back here. Okay. So let's see here. Want to get a little bit of saxophone in the shot. Sorry. Okay. So maybe I'll have to be here. So, okay. So, yeah, once again, I am batching TikToks. And for anybody who doesn't know me, my name is Chris Bogue, and this is Chris Sells His Soul. So I am a content creator. If you want to follow my stuff, I do a lot of sketch comedy. I'm also a coach. I coach sales teams and content marketers and entrepreneurs how to get on video. And I create content every day. So if you're interested in comedy, if you're interested in monetizing your creative skills, find Chris Bogue on LinkedIn and ring my bell. There's a little bell icon you can ring in my profile, and that'll keep you updated whenever I post new content, which is twice a day. But we're going to be doing something very different today. We're going to be batching TikToks. So I have this running. By the way, one more. I forgot if I synced it the second time. Yes. But we're batching content because I call this feeding the beast. So TikTok wants like 5 to 7 videos a day, and I'm not at that level yet. But if you want to be consistently going viral, that's how much output you have to be putting out there. So what I've been doing is every Thursday at 3, I jump on LinkedIn Live, and I bring a list of ideas. You can see here. And we just try to get through as many as we can in one go. So this first one, and before I start, anybody who is watching today at home, please jump into the comments, say hello. That is the only way I know that you're here. So if you leave a comment, I might turn it into a TikTok. And today's letter is T. So if you think of a word that starts with T, or a topic or a question that starts with the letter T, throw it into the chat and maybe we'll talk about it. But enough of my jibber jabbing. It's time to actually start filming. So this first one, I'm actually going to use a second camera for too. So I'm going to turn this on because that's how crazy my stuff gets. So this is running. And so, okay, so now I've got a third camera because I'm going to film this for Demo Stack. So Demo Stack sent me a box. Curtis, hello. Demo Stack is friggin' awesome. Nick Capozzi works there, amazing content creator and storyteller and just generally cool person. And he sent me this package. So I've recorded half of this already. It's called What Is It, a GameCube? It's a really stupid bit, but I'm going to use this unboxing as part of it. So this is the second half of Oh Sweet, My Package is Here. So, oh sweet, my package is here. No, it's. I'm going to try this one more time. So let me see if this opens up. Oh, okay. Yeah, that'll be perfect. All right, so let's try this again. So, oh, sweet, my package is here. No, it's a package from DemoStack. Wow, okay, create better demos. Oh, sweet, we got a hat. I'm gonna wear the hat. And what do we got here? We got a sack. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, think of all the things I'm gonna put into this sack. What do we got here? Oh, we got some stickers. We got the DemoStack shirt in large, my favorite size. All right, well, look, give it up to DemoStack for winning. Nick Capozzi, you guys win. And you know who doesn't win is LinkedIn, because you sent a robe or a hoodie or something to every content creator except me. So DemoStack, thank you for recognizing me. You will not be disappointed in this decision. Okay, now I'm going to run and change into the shirt real quick just so I get some footage of that too. Oh, yeah, look at this. My eyes, it brings out my eyes. Nick Capozzi, doing good work, man. DemoStack, you guys friggin' rule. Okay, so I did it. Now I'm part of the DemoStack marketing effort, I guess, and I love it. If anybody wants to check out DemoStack, they're doing amazing things out there in the world of social marketing. Welcome, Bruce. Welcome, Vesna. Yeah, welcome, Curtis, everybody. So glad to have you here. We're batching TikToks, so I'm going to go jump back into my regular shirt, and then we're just going to keep this train moving. Okay, cool. So, okay, so this next one is called LinkedIn Lunatics. It's called r/LinkedIn Lunatics. Have you guys ever been to the subreddit r/LinkedIn Lunatics? I've never been featured on there, and I sometimes am thankful for that. And then sometimes I'm like, oh man, I'm a lunatic, and I'm not even big enough for like these people to make fun of me. So I guess I just don't know how to be happy. All right, well, that took an interesting turn. Let's see if we try that one more time. So has anybody ever been on the subreddit LinkedIn Lunatics? Because I check it every day, and I don't know what's scarier, being made fun of on there or never being made fun of on there. Sometimes I try to be so weird that they'll notice me, and they never notice me. So maybe I just don't know how to be happy. Okay, sure. LinkedIn Lunatics, that's done. Okay, this one is called Chip on Your Shoulder. And notice, just as a note here to the audience at home, notice that whenever I'm recording these TikToks, I am looking at the back of the phone, right? You can see the screen there. I am looking at the side where I cannot see my image. And this is really important. This is how I get that confident eye contact in every single video. It's because I'm looking straight down the barrel of the lens, all right? So here we go. This is Chip on Your Shoulder. I've noticed this thing where entrepreneurs all have a chip on their shoulder. There's something they're bitter about. And you always have to be open to feedback as an entrepreneur, but there's a part of you that's just always ready to jump down someone's throat. Like I'll be driving and someone will be like, oh, I think it's a left up here. And I'm like, I'll show you. I'll fucking show all of you. You'll see. And yeah, I got to learn to take feedback better. Okay, let's try it one more time. See if I can get that even more succinct. Is that how I want to end it? So, Here's the thing about entrepreneurs. They all got like a chip on their shoulder about something. And it all comes out at weird times, right? Okay. Here's the thing I've noticed about entrepreneurs. They tend to have a chip on their shoulder. I know I try to be open to feedback, but sometimes it slips. Like sometimes I'll be driving and someone in the passenger seat will be like, oh, hey, I think it's a left up here. And I'm like, I'll fucking show you all. And then I won't turn left. And I don't know. Is it just me? You know what? Actually, that I could probably do that, but I'll probably just cut that video right at I'll fucking show you. I'll show all of you. That's a really funny high note to end it on. Okay, so this one's called I Bought a Clarinet. Okay, so let me see. Oh man, I keep losing the feed. Okay, well, I just gotta assume that it's still framed well. So, I bought a clarinet for $25, even though I don't know how to play a clarinet. That seems confusing, but then you realize that I have to be on video all day for work, and having a clarinet in the shot suggests the fact that maybe I know how to play clarinet. So if you think about it, I spent $25 to convince some percentage of the internet that I know how to play this instrument, even though I don't. What have you been doing with your clarinet? Okay, let me try this one more time. Oh, hey, I own a clarinet, but I don't know how to play it. But I bought it because it was $25. So this is actually a business lesson here, because this clarinet just sits in my camera shot all day, and it suggests to the audience that I might be able to play it, but I don't know how to play it. But yeah, I guess if I put clarinet performer on my LinkedIn page, they would believe that I'm a clarinet performer. But I could do the same thing for $25, and how are they going to know the difference? Okay, whatever, that's fine. Where is that? Okay. This one's called The Problem with School. The Problem with School. Hey, kids. School is teaching you to do everything wrong, at least when it comes to writing. So school teaches you that you're supposed to prove what you're saying is true as you're saying it. This is why they might make you write bibliographies. But actually, when you grow up, you learn that writing a compelling message and proving something to be true are actually two different skills and two different writing challenges. So the second you are not in school anymore, just write to educate people to do one thing, take one action, understand one thing. And then if they ask you to show your work, be able to show that. But don't prove that you're saying true things as you write. Just say the thing and assume the truth will speak for itself. Okay, let's try this one more time. Okay. All right, so here's why writing for school is bullshit. So if you do business, you know that the most effective way to write is make it short and sweet. Get to the point. Be purely functional and put the priority on clear communication. What school teaches you to do is to prove that what you're saying is true at the same time you're saying it. This is why they make you do bibliographies where you're citing 30 different sources. But trust me, your teachers didn't even read those. Like, think about how many students they had to teach. They did not have time, right? They just looked to see if you actually tried. So as soon as you don't have to get graded anymore, try to write as concisely as possible. And nobody gives a shit whether or not you can cite your sources. Okay, I feel that's a good, honest message. Okay, I'm going to change shirts. I'm going to be right back. Okay, I got my actor shirt on, the one that makes me look slightly more like some sort of actor. So time for more TikToks. So is my phone still rolling? Okay, it is. So this one's called mental health advice. Here's the absolute best mental health advice I've ever gotten in my life. If you are experiencing any two of these problems or more, go talk to a therapist. So, getting a job, losing a job, starting a relationship, ending a relationship, family member gets sick, family member dies, new baby is born. If you're experiencing two or more of those at the same time, just go to therapy, even if you're not sad, even if you're not depressed. Life is hard. These are life-altering decisions that are difficult to go through on your own. And yeah, just talk to a therapist. You'd be surprised at how nice it can be. You don't need to be broken to go to therapy. It's actually a lot better if you just go when you might need some help. Okay. Yes, Curtis. That is exactly what I do. So I'm filming these videos and then, I just throw them into my editing program. And now I've got one file with like 20 different TikToks on it. I just chop it up. So I'm going to do this mental health one more time. Here's the best mental health advice I ever received. If you are going through two or more of these events at the same time, go talk to a therapist, even if you're not depressed. So, new baby, family member dies, starting a new relationship, ending a new relationship, moving into a new place, selling or buying a home, family member gets sick, child goes to school, family member passes away. If you are experiencing two or more of these at the same time, just go talk to a professional, someone who is trained to listen without judgment. Therapy doesn't need to be when you're at the end of your rope. Go talk during some of these life-changing times, and it makes things a lot easier. Okay. I'm satisfied with that one. Okay, this is another one. I kind of feel like this is a shirt I wear when I'm getting a little bit like more honest and vulnerable with my TikToks. So I'm going to keep on this same train. And this is called You Lose Friends. Here's the hardest part about starting a business that people don't like to talk about. You lose friends. Some people are just going to not call you back. And that's really difficult because when you're doing everything on your own, you need to be able to share. Oh, yeah, sorry. Got a little itch here. 1 second. Okay. Try this again. Here's the hardest part about starting a business that nobody ever talks about. You're going to lose friends. It's just what happens. See, when you're doing everything on your own, you need to share both your successes and your failures with other people. Otherwise, you're going to go crazy. And sharing both those things with the wrong people just makes you feel like an asshole. Sharing the wins makes you feel like you're bragging and rubbing your success in people's faces. Sharing your failures gets people freaked out like they need to fix your problems. But you need to talk to somebody. So yes, you'll lose friends. But you'll make new friends, and you have to keep making friends, and you have to keep finding people, and DM other entrepreneurs and talk to other entrepreneurs if you can, and go to therapy, because this shit is not easy. Okay. Okay, this one is called Power Move, Treat Everyone Like an Equal. And as a reminder, if anybody is watching this and wants to throw some ideas into the chat, throw up a prompt. Maybe I'll turn it into a TikTok. But here we go. Here's a power move. Treat everybody as an equal. People who have less power than you will feel respected and seen. And people who have more power than you, yeah, that is a power move. When you don't kiss their ass, when you don't treat them differently than anybody else, when you just talk to them as though they're on the same level as you, usually you just end up on the same level as them. So talk to everybody. Nobody is better or worse than you. Treat everybody like an equal and see where it takes you. Okay, let's try that one more time. Secret power move. Ready for it? Treat everyone as an equal. Think about it. People who have less power than you will feel seen. They'll feel acknowledged. They'll feel safe and comfortable around you. And for people who have more power than you, yeah, it's actually much more powerful to not kiss their ass, not elevate them above you. Talk to them as an equal. See where it goes. Okay. Okay. This one's called Don't Waste My Time. When I was a little kid, I got kicked out of the gifted program, and I can't believe the bullshit reason that my teacher gave to my mom. She said, Chris only cares about learning about what he wants to learn about. Why is that bad? Why is that bad to want to seek out your own knowledge for your own reasons? The more I grow up, the more I realize she was wrong. The ability to know what you want to learn about is actually very important. Don't waste my time, all right? I can waste it much better than you can. All right, I'm going to vary up the tone a little bit to make it more interesting. Okay, I always just got to make sure the camera is still rolling. Okay, so here we go. All right, get a load of this bullshit. So when I was a kid, I got kicked out of the gifted program, and my gifted teacher told my mom, Chris only wants to learn about what he wants to learn about. And the more I grow up, the more I'm like, that woman was wrong. Being interested in learning for your own reasons is actually a really important part of being successful. And the more I grow up, the more I realize I just have very little patience for people wasting my time with stuff that I don't care about, that isn't important to me. So, moral of the story, don't waste my time, because I can waste it so much better than you can. Okay. Bye, Vesna. What else here? Okay. Here's some more real talk. So people are shallow. And if you want to succeed in business, you should probably invest in professional headshots. I hired a headshot guy. I paid him like $800. And it was transformative for my business. He got some cool pictures where it's like, hey, here's Chris on a podcast. He got some artsy pictures where it's like, oh, look, Chris is, oh, he's a vulnerable man with feelings. Oh, the complexity. And then he's got this one where I kind of look like Steve Jobs. And yeah, it's one of those things where like people judge you if you don't have a professional picture. So have some fun with it. Throw out the big bucks for someone who really knows what they're doing. It's at least as valuable as writing like a few hundred emails. Okay, I liked that, but I didn't like how it ended. So let me just try that one more time. Okay, here's an unfortunate truth is if you want to be successful in business, you should invest in proper headshots. People just judge you if you don't have a professional looking headshot. So when I started my business, I paid like $800 and it was worth every penny. I got all these pictures. I got happy pictures for when I'm on a podcast. I got moody pictures so I could look complicated and serious. And I got this picture where I look kind of like Steve Jobs. Super cool, worth every penny. Go pay some talented photographer for headshots. You could both use the work. I have to do that one last time just because my air conditioner turned on halfway through. So okay, here's an unfortunate reality about being in business. People are shallow. So if you're going to invest in yourself, buy some nice headshots. I went to Joe Mazza, my guy in Chicago. He's fantastic. He got happy pictures. Whoa, look at me. I'm a smiley guy. Hey, you want to have me on your podcast? Oh, look at me grinning. Then he got some of me being like, ooh, there's me being complicated. Ooh, I have feelings. Oh, remember that time I got fired? Oh. And then I got this one where I just kind of look like Steve Jobs. It is good for my business. Photographers need the work. They'll do it better than you. Hire a photographer is a good idea. Okay. Okay, so this is going to be another thing. This is going to be, why do you look so serious? This is kind of on the same idea, but I'm going to try to use the idea behind these TikToks is I'm going to add some images to there. So I'm going to actually show pictures of my headshots as I'm doing this. And I'm hoping the fact that it's visually compelling gets more people to watch the video. I do really stupid comedy on LinkedIn, but I also had a photographer take some really serious pictures of me. Like pictures where I look way too serious, or pictures where I look kind of like artsy and weird, like I'm in a perfume commercial. And people are like, why'd you do that? And I think it's because I want them to know that comedians are actually fucking miserable underneath it all sometimes. The reason why comedians are funny is because they're very sensitive to human nature and they can read little inferences into everything. And yeah, the most funny comedians usually look like nervous, angry wrecks a lot of the time behind the scenes. So that's why I do that. One last time. So I do yucca wacky wacky comedy on LinkedIn, but I also have these dramatic headshots that I throw up sometimes. People are like, why do you do that? Why do you look so serious? Well, I think it's because people who smile too much kind of give me the creeps. It's unnatural when someone's just like on all the time. And a lot of comedy lies in misery and depression and heartbreak. So you really can't be funny if all you're doing is smiling all the time. And yeah, I think some overly dramatic or avant-garde pictures where I look like I'm in a perfume commercial are a fun way to show that. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna make sure the camera is still rolling. Okay, so this is one called "What If I'm Ugly?" What if I'm ugly? What if I'm ugly? This is like the most popular question. This is the thing that holds people back from creating content. And it's also the reason why people make so much content. There's a reason why you see people posting thirst traps all the time. Oftentimes it's because that's a very unusual person who just realized that they're not ugly. So if you're asking me, are you ugly? My answer is probably not. Probably not. There are TikTokers of all ages, appearances, body types, races. Anybody could be attractive, no matter who you are. There's somebody out there on the internet who's into it. So disconnect yourself from how you feel about the way you look and accept that maybe your audience thinks you're more attractive than you do. I'm going to keep that take. I actually kind of like that. Curtis, I use Adobe Premiere Pro for my editing. So I use the Adobe suite to run my business. I love Premiere Pro. And yeah, I do everything in there. Okay. So this one's called You're Exhausted. Here's one comment I've gotten all through my life that always hurts. People will tell me you're exhausting. I don't say, they'll be like, it's not even in a bad way. You're just exhausting. And I've realized that TikTok and LinkedIn are for exhausting people. They are for misfits. They are for people who are too much for everybody. They are, especially LinkedIn, is like nerdy people who try too hard. So if that's you, let's be friends. Because when you get two people who are too excitable, when you get them together, they can do really cool things. But if you don't surround yourself by people like that, you're probably going to become deeply depressed and stop doing things with your life. Okay, so let me switch shirts one more time. Okay, so this one's called Party Steve. Party Steve. What is the dumbest thing anybody's ever done on a cold call that's worked? I'll tell you the one that I remember most is I knew a guy named John. He was on the sales team, bit of a frat bro, and his gimmick was he would add the word party before a person's name to imply that he knew that. Like he'd call them up and he'd be like, hey, is Party Steve there? You know, just like assuming that guy's nickname was Party Steve. And yeah, sometimes he would get through to the decision maker. Or he'd be like, can I talk to Steve the Machine Smith? And yeah, you know, this isn't good advice. But you know, cold calling is kind of stupid anyway. So if you just do weird stuff, eventually somebody will start talking to you. Okay. Here's the dumbest fucking sales advice I ever got that worked a couple times. So I was working with an SDR. It's a cold calling salesperson, for those of you who don't have the industry lingo. And his trick was if he had to call someone, he would ask for Party and then whatever their name was. So if he wanted to call me, he'd be like, hey, is Party Chris there? Hey, is Chris the Machine Bogue there? And he would just make up a stupid nickname as though he knew them. But occasionally he got through to the person. And I wouldn't recommend doing that. But if you don't care about your job and you want to get fired, it's a fun way to do it. Okay, that was Party Steve. Okay, so this one's called Less Whinin'. Okay, so what is something unethical you've done at a sales job? I'll start. I pretended to be a college professor once. I jumped into a webinar to help some friends, and I called myself Dr. Less Whinin', which is a blatant Simpsons reference to a Sideshow Bob episode. And I was hoping the sales rep who was running the webinar would tell me to do more learning and less whining. But I fooled everyone. The sales reps I was there to support didn't even realize that I was a fake. So if you were in that room, sorry. But yeah, that's the most unethical thing I've ever done in sales. Sure. Here's a weird superpower I have. I'm not intimidated by rich people. When people are like, I've got all this money, I'm like, nah, you still might be an idiot. This is something that unsuccessful people don't realize, that successful people, a lot of them are just fucking morons, but they figured out how to make money doing something, and I know a lot of people who are brilliant who just never figured out a way to make money doing something. So rich people are just the same as you and me. Don't let yourself feel like they're better than you, because they're not. Okay, this one's called Zero Comments. Zero comments. Hey, did you ever have one of those posts that gets like 2 comments? Did you ever want to delete it? Please don't. Please don't delete your content just because not a lot of people engaged with it. That doesn't mean it's bad. Especially on LinkedIn, people delete their content all the time because it doesn't perform well enough. But it's actually really important to watch the content that doesn't go viral. Watch who's liking that content, especially if you're in business. If you got a small group of people and they like the ones that didn't go crazy viral, that means those are genuine fans. Those people are important to your business. And then the best thing ever happens sometimes when you make that post that has 2 comments. Sometimes a person comes by 2 weeks later and they click the love button. That's your fan. Cherish them. Thank them. Ask them for feedback. Ask them what they loved about it. And then make another piece of content that they're going to love. Just make it a little bit more delightful. Okay. This one's called Don't Try to Fix Me. Here's one for all you corporate leaders who are experiencing culture problems around mental health and burnout. The people that report to you do not want you to fix them, especially if they are going through problems at home, especially if they are underperforming. They do not want to be fixed. They want to be understood. Listen to them. Get curious about what they think the problem is and go in there with them as an equal. All my life, everybody just wanted to fix me. They wanted to change the way I was. And once I started trying to understand myself instead of fixing myself, I got much happier and I got much more efficient and I got much more better at work. So you can't fix anybody. That is not what anybody wants you to do. Try listening. going to change one more time. Okay. This one's called I Don't Like My Own Posts. Here's something I never do. I never click the like button on my own posts. I don't really hold it against people who do it. I mean, the engagement algorithm, it's like, it's us versus the machines. I get it, but I just think there has to be a segment of the population that will just not click the like button if they see that the author of the post has already liked it themselves. So the way I look at it is every time I click my own like button, I'm probably losing at least one like from somewhere else. So that adds up over time. If you're doing thousands of posts over the course of years, you're costing yourself thousands of likes just for the ability to go, I like my own stuff. So I don't do it. I wish other people didn't have to do it. I think if we got definitive proof that it didn't help, nobody would do it because it makes you look like a jackass. But people think it helps. So they're going to keep on liking their posts. And I'll keep liking your posts too, but I really wish we would all stop. Let me try that one more time. Here's something I don't do. I don't like my own posts. Is there a reason why people do that? Oh, I know. Well, I like my own posts. Why wouldn't I like my own posts? Yeah. You do it for engagement. People do it to just boost that engagement number. But here's the thing. I'm not sure if it helps. I actually don't think clicking the like button actually has a significant impact on engagement. Actually, what I suspect is there are people who, if they see the author liked their own post, they will specifically not click the like button. So you got to think about that. Every time you click the like button, what if you are dissuading one person from clicking the like button too, right? If you make 1,000 posts over the course of a couple of years, you are sacrificing 1,000 likes because you wanted to go, hey, everybody, I'm liking my own posts. I don't know. I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter. Yeah, whatever. That's funny. My friend Keith Habersberger. Oh, this is called There's a Million People That Would Be Interested in You. Remember when Andy Warhol predicted that everybody would get 15 minutes of fame? Well, turns out he's a big, dumb, stupid idiot because we all get way more than that. You can have infinite time if you want. So maybe we shouldn't think about getting 15 minutes of fame anymore. I think the new thing is 1 million audience views. Doesn't matter who you are. Somewhere out there on the internet, 1 million people would probably want to watch you do whatever. Okay. This one's called Write in Bullet Points. So how I'm going to do this one is I don't even know what the joke is going to be. This is one of those ones where I can just kind of say something and then I'll figure out the joke as I'm editing because there's going to be text on screen. So Here's my best writing advice. Write in bullet points, keep it short, and always end it with a joke. Here's some easy writing advice. Write in bullet points, keep it to 3 points, and always end it with a joke. Okay, this one's called Sales is a Writing Job. What's an opinion you have about your job that is totally the opposite of what everybody else in your job believes? For me, sales is a writing job. People see me, I'm up here, I do business, I run my own business, I make a ton of crazy video content. But my secret is actually that I'm a writer. I know how to write. I know how to come up with premises. I know how to create scenes. I know scene structure. If you can write, you can sell people stuff. So I'd actually say before you get into sales, learn about copywriting, learn how to write a snappy 2-sentence line that doesn't make people want to kill themselves. And you can sell pretty much anything to anybody. Okay, I'm gonna try that again. Salespeople, sales is a writing job, right? It is a writing job. You are literally paid based on how persuasively you can write messages to other people. Right? I see so many salespeople who put no thought into their emails, but email is the hardest form of marketing. But if you can write to somebody and convince them to pay you money, congratulations, you're a writer. And to sales managers, I say, if your team is writing, why don't you manage them like professional writers? You should be having collaborative writing sessions together. You should be creating templates together. Don't just go tell them to send emails. You have to teach them. Sales is a writing job, bro. Okay. This one's called You Have to Annoy People. I always love when people are like, they want to do sales, but they're like, I don't want to be annoying. Well, you kind of have to be annoying. And I would say to anybody who thinks they are not annoying, no, life means you have to annoy people to get what you want, right? So if you're in sales, your cold calls and your cold emails are annoying. And if you're in marketing, your stalkerish emails that take people's information and send them creepy messages and advertisements in their Google feed, that's annoying. And if you are a government worker, your taxation and your policies annoy people, right? If you're in a nonprofit, your ads and your messages that guilt people and beg them for charity, that's annoying. Right? There is literally nothing you can do to change another person's mind that doesn't require you being some level of annoying, right? I just do sales because it's direct. I can ask someone if they want my bullshit and they can say no. I actually think that's more ethical than stealing their information and stalking them 24/7. But hey, you do you. Okay, let's try that one more time. I always think it's funny when people tell me, well, I don't want to be annoying. I want to do sales and marketing, but I don't want to annoy people. What do you think sales and marketing is? It is annoying people. Coca-Cola tells you to drink Coca-Cola like 20 times a day, right? It's ridiculous. And if you think that sales and marketing are the only professions that do this, it is all of them. It is literally all of them. If you're not selling your stuff, you're in government, which means you're passing laws that people hate. You're infringing on what they want to do. You're taxing them. People hate that. And nonprofits, you suck too, right? You're so annoying. Your requests for charity make people feel guilty and awful. There is no way to make a difference in this world without annoying somebody on some level. So stop worrying about being annoying and focus instead on being as non-annoying as possible, and just find the right people to annoy. Okay, this is called Keith and $10. This is a story that I posted on LinkedIn this week that did pretty well. I'm going to see how it plays as a TikTok. So, when I was in college, I was roommates with Keith Habersberger, who he's a comedian. He does a lot of TikTok stuff with the Try Guys and Lou Burger. He has a lot of comedy. And yeah, we would get drunk, and then in the mornings we would wake up. And I remember one morning I woke up because I was hungover, and he was asking me for $10. And I was like, "Why do you need $10?" And it was because we had an idea for a stupid sketch last night, and he wanted to go buy the props and costumes. And this changed my life. This is actually one thing that Keith taught me, is that successful people finish things. Everybody has great ideas, but if you don't turn them into something, nothing happens. So Keith has been a huge part of my life ever since college. He's been a huge mentor to me, not because he taught me to start things, but he taught me how to finish things. Okay, this one's called You're Not Special. I got some, well, I guess it's bad news. You're not special, and nobody's going to invite you to create content because they don't care about your opinions. So knowing all that, my advice is go create content anyway. Everybody you see on this platform who's getting millions of likes, no one invited them to start doing this. They all just started doing it for whatever reason. And once you get out there and start doing stuff, you will find your audience. If you make things consistently, and if you do it and really put your creative energy into it, you are going to find people who are receptive to your message. So go make content, even if you suck and you're annoying and nobody likes you, because welcome to TikTok. That's what everybody's like here. Okay, I'm going to do a couple about improv, and then I'm going to wrap it up. So this one is called Intuition. I'm reading a book on improvisation by Viola Spolin, who she came up with the rules of improv before improv was like a thing. Like before Second City was around, before people were doing improv shows, she was using improv to teach theater. And she was really big on this idea of intuition. And I am convinced that improvising is the only way to teach people intuition. It is teaching people to shut off their brain and act in the moment. And we all know intuition is important, but it's not something anybody tries to teach. So if you want to learn what you're about, if you want to learn how to shut off your brain, become an improviser. I don't really have that idea fleshed out yet. I'm just going to cross it out for now. And then I'm going to say agreement is more interesting than disagreement. It's going to be the last one I film here. So if you've ever heard of the improv principle, yes, and you might think like, that's stupid. Like improvisers, what they do is they have to say yes to everything. They do not argue. Typically, they do not deny each other. They do not negate each other's premises. And people are like, what? How could that be funny? You know, I think it's really funny when people argue. But actually what happens in an argument is the scene is standing still. When two people are arguing, it means the scene's not going anywhere. Only once there is agreement can they move forward together. And the reason why agreement is so funny is because audiences don't expect it. they're actually just used to being told they can't do the things they want to do. So as soon as you throw them into a situation where anything they want to do will be supported, it's actually very interesting because nobody has any idea where it's going to go. All right. Yeah, that's like pretty much everything on the list that I was going to get today. So everybody, I don't know who is there. If anybody is still there watching, thank you for joining me for another round of live TikTok batching. This has been Chris Sells His Soul. I'm your host, Chris Bogue. Follow me on LinkedIn by clicking my bell if you want content every day. And also you can find me on TikTok at Chris Sells His Soul, or on Twitter at Chris Sells Soul on Twitter. So thank you very much, and I'll see you around there on LinkedIn.